Okay.
So we are speaking to António Pedrosa,
Yes.
Head of People and Talent at Altri.
Yes.
So tell us a bit about your organization, António,
Okay.
and the journey that you've been on.
Okay. Thank you very much for the invitation. Altri is a pulp producer, Portuguese pulp producer. So we own forests in Portugal, mainly. We have 3 mills in Portugal, and is a group that is in the stock in the Lisbon stock exchange both. And so in the last 4 years, Altri grew by acquisitions. The companies were it's a group that has several cultures. In the last 4 years, there was I think it was the major transformation in Altri with a new CEO, and a new governance model. That's all things that we are doing today started. So, and in these areas, we start to looking to our purpose, to our values, to our strategy, and of course we have to define what were our main vectors for the future for our activities. So the company identified the forest, valuing the forest, valuing developing the forest, and reinforce the operational excellence and technical innovation. Point sustainability as a drive for all projects and activities, and the one that brings me here, elevate people. So these are the main 4 vectors for our activities. So with these vectors, we try to look to the sustainable development goals and trying to figure out how they match with our values and our strategy. So we identified 10 of them, of the 17, 10. And one of them is the decent work and economic growth. And that's the one that impacts the activity in the people and talent area. Of course, elevate people, we are talking about workers' rights, firstly, mainly. We talked about safety conditions. We talk about decent salaries, and that's a major challenge in Altri, because we have 3 mills, different mills in different locations, and each mill has its local labor agreement. So we are talking about the freedom of association and the collective bargaining every year in 3 mills with 10 unions. It's a quite challenge. So we have to focus very well and what impacts on the worker's life. What is really important. So we understand that the decent salary is one of the major things that people elaborate. We put together a nice plan of benefits with insurance, health policy, with a life policy, pensions plans, private, and in last 2 years we were working in reducing the working hours.
Oh, wow.
If you reduce 1 hour in a week, you can give 5 days in a year to a worker and his family. So we have done this. We are trying to do this. We don't have the 3 mills working with the same work duration, but we have reduced 1 hour in 2 mills. So we have 37 and a half in Selby hours a week. I have 38 hours a week in biotech, is in the interior of Portugal, and I have 39 in Caima. But we are trying to do the way that all the mills and all the companies in the Altri group have 37 and a half. This is very well welcomed by the workers because they have time for their families. And this is one of the examples we are concerned.
Yeah, I mean, it's a journey. So yes, it does take time to get there. Maybe elaborate a little bit on some more of the plans that you have.
Look, the last one that we are trying to work and give some strength is the health plan for our workers. So all the workers have health insurance. That is, in Portugal we have a nice medical service but we give our workers and their families a private plan, so they can use it as a complement. And it's quite major. In all our 3 mills, we have medical centers that work 24 hours. So we are not obliged to make these examinations each year to workers, but we do it. So we have occupational director, health director, who works with us and coordinate all the activities of the medical centers in all the companies. And we implemented a program very interesting because put people moving, making exercise with the labor gymnastic, with the program workshops about issues about our health. And this is paddle tournaments, trials, basketball, football, everything. You put every worker is making some exercise because this is have impact on their lives, on the health, on the quality of their lives. So this is an example. But we also have programs that try to, in the summer, for instance, one of the major problems for parents is where to leave the kids. And so we have this summer camp for our children's workers, and it's a success. They stay 2 weeks in a junior resort with activities in the beach, activities in the forest. We try to introduce them some of our activities also that are related with forest and sustainable management. So we try to impact our workers and their families. And we know that if we impact our workers and their families, we will impact the community where they are involved.
No, I mean, it's great to hear what a holistic approach you're taking to employees. So you mentioned, there's something about an Altri gender plan.
Yes.
Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yes. We participate in the engineering program, in the Global Compact program, an accelerator to give us the ideas, what we're supposed to do. Because we are about 800 workers. 15% in 2019 were women. So there are mills, industry, working by shifts, noise, smells.
Yes.
We don't have too much women in our mills, but we would like to have more. So we start the program, not an official program, but we start to recruiting women to work in the mills, in shifts, like nurses and like doctors. And we do it. And after participating in your program, your accelerated program, we decide to put together an equal plan that have several dimensions, but that invited us to define what will be our sustainable goal for that area. And we say that we like to duplicate the number of women in leadership roles. So we used to be in 2019, 19 women in position roles. So we'd like to, in our agenda, 2013 agenda, we'd like to achieve the double.
Wow.
So lots of things that have to happen. We have to change mentalities. We have to make some workshops, some training. We have to say people to not make judgments in the recruitment, for instance. And the good news is that we already achieved the goal.
Fantastic.
We have 5 more years to try to figure what we achieved. This last month, October, in our KPIs, we achieved the goal. So all the rearranging in the organization, all the roles that we try to understand what we need, we look everywhere and simply when an object. We want the better people to develop their job. If it is a woman, that's fine and perfect for us.
That is fantastic to hear. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
And obviously, you have now an opportunity to create new goals.
Yeah.
So
That will be really. I'm starting to look to some other companies, we have to make some benchmark.
Of course.
I think we will arrange some challenging goals.
Fantastic. Then could you tell us a little bit about the community work that you do, some plans that you have around the community?
Yes. Our meals, they have been in the community for much more years than me.
Yes.
So they are old. They hold not in technology. They are old in age.
Yes.
And when for instance, this kind of meals established in Portugal, that, for instance, I can give you an example in Figueira da Foz, one of the mills is Selby. All the city was, have to be changing, have to construct a place for people to live because there was no houses, enough houses. They have to make some infrastructure, some roads, and the cities, the village where we have mills, they are strongly impact with our activity.
Yes.
Because it creates opportunities and economic growth in where we try to work with local partners and business and small business. We try also to engage with the people that live around the mills.
Yes.
So we have a policy for community relationship that give us our main goals and the main drivers: education, sporting activities, youth sporting activities, and social. For instance, I can give you in education a good example that we have in all mills is a program that we have with entrepreneurs for social inclusion. Is a nice sponsorship from President of Republic that we financially pay scholarships, and another program we pay tutors and mentors to give the tools and the instruments for children have performance in school, to not be retained, to have success.
Yes.
So because they are our future workers, and in Europe, education is a right. In other countries, as you know, is a privilege. So what we are trying to do here is to put an add-on. Okay, they are in school, but we want them to be better. We want them to learn more. They want them to understand what we are doing, as Altri. And so this is an example of education, but we have also programs in sporting activities with local clubs that give some training and some sporting education to young people. If they are playing soccer, it's better than being on the streets and doing nothing. Yeah. So we have a major impact in financial paying some initiatives. We were one of the main sponsors of a construction soccer playground construction. We also have programs that engage with the community. For instance, I was talking before talking with you. We have volunteer programs. For instance, cleaning our beach near the mill. We have a program that we are partners with the municipality and with an institution that makes some social solidarity to give to make some inclusion of a community of migrants. We have a major community of migrants along one of our mills, and we support the activities that try to make some cultural cross training, and people get used to it, have more tolerance. Excellent. And accept the way people are, no matter what the color or race or nationality. So it's some of examples that some programs that we have, but we have a lot of them with academy, also with the college, with high schools. We put a lot of effort in making the communities safe with good, like good neighbors do, and we try every time that we have the opportunity to engage them in our activities. We make some open days. We invite them to know our plantations of eucalyptus. In Portugal, eucalyptus is not a very welcome tree because of the fires and misunderstandings and lack of information. So every time we can, we invite the community to get to know better our forest plantations, our mills, what we are doing to protect the environment, to reduce the water consumption, to give workers a good condition and a good way of life. So there's lots of work to do, but we are trying to, every day we are trying to do things that people understand that are good things for the planet, good things for the community, for the economy, and for the people. Remember, I think I learned with the United Nations Global Compact: profit, people, and planet.
Fantastic, thank you. It's so impressive to hear the engagement of the community. It's so important, and so it's fantastic that you're engaging them in so many ways. So just to close off, what are the next steps for Altri? Where do we go from here? I know it's a journey.
Yes, Nicole, I think we are still in the journey. Yes, we have so much ideas. We like to identify the things that we are doing that we can do it better. We can have some indicators, the impact that we are achieving. Sometimes we don't have that information well structured.
Yes.
So let's look at the future, breakthrough through ideas, and keep on, improving our reputation, our way of acting nearby the people and gaining their respect. I think we have lots of work to do.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time, and carry on with the good work.
Yeah. Gracias.